I mean, it definitely is going from the mountaintop to the valley very quickly. So, in July, we had been in Orlando for the gala and just all the excitement and all the celebration of just the whole Teacher of the Year program. And then just several months later, here we are with 8 inches of water in our house and having to rip out our floors and rip out our walls. And so it definitely was just polar opposites in terms of emotion and just the situation that we found ourselves in.
In one night, your life changes, and we actually haven't really talked about it for a while now. And so the next day after the flood came, we just had to we knew we had to rip things out and dry things up and salvage as much as we could. We were here when the storm happened. So we were able to save a lot of things. So we were getting all of that fixed and ready and trying to, salvage what we had. And then we hear another storm is coming.
We've, experienced many storms and many potential hurricanes that are gonna make landfall close to us. But this is the first time I really had a lot of concern, a lot of fear. So we had prepared our home for the storm as best we could. And then we decided to hunker down at our home. We didn't have a lot of other options. We felt like our home was pretty safe. We looked out our back window and we saw our back neighbor's giant oak tree swaying back and forth. I immediately ran to my daughter's room and grabbed her. During this time, I hear very loud sounds. It sounded like bowling balls hitting the house and rolling. When the winds got where it wasn't as bad, we were able to look outside the window and we could see that there was a giant tree on top of the house.
I have lived here in Florida since 1990, and we've had many hurricane scares over the years, and they always seem to miss us. And I knew that at some point our luck was going to run out. And one of my friends called me and she said, I really don't think you're safe, where you are. I think you need to come stay with us. And I had never evacuated for a hurricane before, but this year we chose to. And as it turned out, the second hurricane hit my home directly. The first one did lots of damage, to the trees, but the second one was far worse, and it actually damaged the home in multiple ways.
I think just how quickly HEF stepped in and took action to support the teachers that they've supported for years. And the fact that they once again were there and stepped in. It's been so special being a part of that organization that celebrates you when you're on top, but then also comes down in the valley with you and helps lift you up out of probably the darkest situation I've ever been in my life.
I actually got it in the mail, the check, and when I opened it, I just couldn't believe it. I just broke down and started, boo-hoo crying, and I was just like, I couldn't believe that, people cared so much, and it made me feel really cared for and loved, which I was kind of losing hope at that point.
There were a couple of times I was really questioning, can I still do this? And just getting that boost of support just really fueled me to just resolve that I'm right. This is what I should be doing. And when I think things are impossible, there's going to be a way.
People do care, and there are good people out there, and good things are gonna happen.